Where was that? The stream started successfully, but some YouTube. Okay. I think we're live. Sorry, everyone. I am late today for the stream because I was actually talking to my teammate about something and discussing some projects. I was actually doing some mesh sync for Blender to Unity, and we were actually doing this. We have actually done this part over here, like how player input system will work in a command pattern. And we have made all these scripts, and now we have to move into direction of actors using command patterns. So let me just have my coffee and then we can start. All right, guys, I'm back. I was actually working on something. Uh, so I was actually learning to make a modular scripts for the teammate I'm working with, so they can actually interact with the UI system over here. They can interact with all my scripts using the UI, and they can change whatever they want. So this is how you are going to work with teammates in game development, because games are not made by one person. It's made by a group of people who is going, who is working together, and this is how things going to work. So let's go into our command patterns, and we were learning something about command over here. So we were also learning about user interactions, like how my user is going to interact with each other. What is this thing? Okay. We were talking about command patterns, and let's do the command patterns right here. Let me get to my Discord once. I have to check something. 2 hours, 42 minutes. So I was discussing something to my teammate about about the things we were actually working on the game. So let's talk about direction of actors. The command classes we just defined works for the previous example, but they're pretty limited, obviously. The problem is that they assume these are there are these top level jump, fire gun, etc. function that implements knows how to find the player's avatar and make him dance like a puppet he is. The assumed coupling limit the assumed commit coupling limit the usefulness of these commands. The only thing the jump command can make jump in the player. Let's choose the resist. Let's choose that restriction. Instead of calling function that finds the command object themselves, will pass in the object that we can order around. Is this Unreal? I think it's Unreal programming. Game actor. It is Unreal. Command patterns. So basically he have done something like this. He have passed in the execute section, he have passed game object as a parameter reference to game actor. He have created a variable which is reference to game actor, and operator always used for references. Here, game actor is our game object. Yep, game actor is our game object class that represent a character in a game world. We pass it in the execute so that the derived command can invoke method on an actor of our choice like so. Let's just duplicate it and I'll put it over here. and then I can work on it. Let's open design patterns and what you have created over here. Control V. Now copy, paste, rename it. Let's rename the is at oh, 8 right here. Direction of actors. Also make it as config input. Let's command pattern. Let's minimize it. Direction of actor. Rename. So name it pattern. And let's just delete this script and make a new script over here. We don't need this right now. We have to make a new file. Direction of actor. Command pattern. CPP. I use frame. Let's increase the size. Space std. We are going to make a class. Command. Making a public let's just okay, this has been done. Class. Let's make a class. Command F. Make it class first up and virtual disruptor. of command virtual void execute, game actor, reference to actor, which is okay. This will be fine. Let's create a class jump command. Pointer. Let's make a class. Input handler. Yeah, it's working. Let's just see. So we have made this coupling loose. Here, game actor is our game object class that represents a character in a game world. We pass in we pass it in the execute to the execute, so the derived command can invoke method on an actor of our choice, like so. Now we can use this one class to make any character in the game hop around. We are just missing a piece between the input handler and the command that takes the command and invoke it on the right object. First, we need to change input handler so that it returns command. So the input handler is now a pointer to command. It's not void anymore. We have created over here, not here. Let's just, we don't need this right now. Let's just close the Unity and check our input handler over here. Like, where is it? Oh yeah, so the input handler is not void anymore for the script. It is actually pointed to command class, and it will store the address of the command class, something like that. Now we can use the character. Yeah, this one is done. It can't execute the command immediately since it doesn't know what actor to pass in. Here's we can take advantage of the fact the command it's refined call. We can delay when the call is executed. Then we need some code that takes the command and run it on the actor representing the player, something like command pointer to command equal to input handler dot handler input handler handle input. If command, let's see, let's do this. Let's make command which is equal to input handler handle input dot. It's not working over here. Dot operator is not working right. It is actually a C subscript. This handle, but make it like this. So if command is true, then command is execute. It will execute actor. Oh my God, no. I don't want to open it. Oh, projects. No, I don't want to open it. Desktop. Game programming patterns. This one. Select folder. Trust and open. We'll actually do it tomorrow. I'll just do it right now. And we are going to do it on Unreal tomorrow. So we have done this part. So we have done this part. So it can't even execute immediately since it doesn't know what actor to pass in. Here's where we can take advantage of fact that the command is a defined call. We can delay when the call is executed. Then we need some code that takes the command and run it on the actor representing. Let's just post it on GitHub first. Assuming actor is a reference to the player character. Assuming actor is a reference to the player character, this correctly derives him based on the user input. So we're back to the same behavior we had in the first example, but adding a layer of indirection between the command and the actor that performs it has to give us a neat little ability. We can let the player control any actor in the game. Now by changing the actor, we execute the command on. Okay, so it's basically means that in some games there are different players, right? So we can just change the players and the command function will work on that player modularly. In practice, that's not a common feature, but this is a similar use case that does pop up frequently so far. We've only considered the player-driven character, but what about all the other actors in the world? Those are driven by game AI, which we can use in the same command pattern as the interface between the AI engine and the actor. The AI code simply emits command objects. Okay. The decoupling here between the AI, the selects command and the actor code that performs them give us a lot of flexibility. We can use different AI modules for different actors. Or we can mix and match AI for different kinds of behavior. What a more aggressive opponent. Just plug in and more aggressive AI to generate. Yep. Generate command for it. In fact, we can even bolt AI into the player character, which we can be useful for things like demo mode, where the game needs to run on autopilot. Yeah. By making the command that controls an actor first class object, we've removed the tight coupling of a direct method call. Instead, think of it as a queue or stream of commands. AI command stream which is connected to an actor. For a lot of more, what queuing can do for you is see event queue. What did I feel the need to draw a picture of stream for you? And why does it takes to look like a tube? Some code, some code, the input handler or AI produces command and place them in the stream. Other code the dispatcher or actor itself consumes commands and invoke them. By sticking the queue in the middle, we've decoupled the producer on the in from the consumer on the other. This is actually really some of the things are actually going over my mind. But yeah, I actually understand like basic it is saying something command stream that which we are going to use for the interlink between the actor and the AI as an interlink. I think this is how it's going to work. Hmm. Let's search. Movement. Yeah. So I am developing a game Unity and I am attempting to clean up some code and increase the reusability. I have basic movement script that look like this. Yeah. And I am attempting to refactor it into command pattern. I have moved all the logics into classes called character that will use as a parent to player and enemies. Okay. So he is using rigid body for it. So this is the character pen class. He used the rigid body, okay. Called the body of data type rigid body 2D, okay. He called and he created a variable of animator type. He created a HP of integer type. He created a speed of float type, jump force of float type, level of integer type, boolean value is grounded. Okay, yep. So he made a constructor over here, public character, body equal to constructor, yeah, body equal to get component rigid body to the anim equal to get component this anim dot set boolean grounded is true, grounded set bool. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's telling with this function, he's telling the animator to set the grounded variable which he has created in the animator section. It will become true. He's telling that. And after that, he created a jump function of void type, a public jump function of type void. So anim dot set float. Okay, jump body, body, rigid body, velocity. What? So with this line, he's telling the animator to set the float of jump ECC to the body, whatever body we have in our game object. It is telling it to set it to velocity.y. It is used in Unity over there. So after that, he created an if condition. Input dot key spaces and is grounded. Okay. So yeah, he is actually using if the player is pressing space button, and if the player is actually grounded right now, if the character is actually grounded, it will do the jump things. It will the character will actually jump, and after he jumped the grounded variable, the boolean will become false. Okay. So in this function, he is telling input dot get key up. And body velocity is set to the body velocity equal to nil vector 2. Okay, this is some lerping or something over here. Hmm. So after the jump, there will be some movement. Like if a player jump like this, it end up right here. But yeah, there will be some sliding on the X direction. So he's telling over there after the jump is performed. We created another function called character facing of void type. It is private, float, horizontal input. He puts the parameter of horizontal input of float type. If horizontal input is greater than 0.001 float, transform dot local scale equal to vector3.1 local scale. Okay, so he's scaling the character to 1, I think. New vector 3 minus 1 1 1. Okay, he's flipping the character. Okay, I got it. I got it. Yeah, got it. Yeah, got it. He's flipping the character. So if player actually hit the left key on his keyboard, the character will look on this direction, and if he clicked on right key of the keyboard, it will look on this direction. So yeah, left, right, flipping character. He created a run. Okay, this is fine. This is fine. So now he inherited parent character class to the children class player. Okay, character which is equal to player. Okay, user input. He created a variable of user input, public player, user input. Player. He created a constructor over here. Component. Okay, got it. And user input is split off. Okay. So he splitted the user input into another class, public class user input, mono behavior, which is inherited by mono behavior, public character. He created a variable of character class type, public user input, constructor again. Diving. What is character? So he updated these new jump character. Okay, execute. Okay, I got the command patterns in this function. Yep. This is actually pretty good implementation. It is a 2D game, not a 3D game. But yeah, he implemented it pretty well. But yeah, he haven't used the Unity inbuilt character controller. He used the rigid body and he also used the old input type. Hmm, let me see. Whatever. You know what? Your brain. He shouldn't have done that. Should check brain. Ping pong. Thanks. You shouldn't have changed this. You're not going to control S. Public, okay. Offset. Control F. Control F. S. Okay, no changes. Yeah, this is fine. This is done. Let's see other patterns as well. No, I don't open it. Command pattern. The command patterns in Unity. Object. So a way to use command pattern in Unity. Okay. Object-oriented programming. In object-oriented programming, the command pattern is a design pattern which encapsulates all the information needed to perform an actor at a later time. The save on unnecessary update calls. In this example, I will show you how to use the command pattern to play the animation through the handler. First, I created an abstract class in an Unity using command.cs. Then I removed the mono behavior from the classes. Yep. He created an abstract class of a command. Abstract class is a class which involves an exactly one virtual function. So don't actually abstract class is a class which cannot have its own game objects or objects. You can say that. So he created an abstract class command which has the function execute of type void, and the parameter in the function is animator anim. I'm passing the anime. We don't need that to read. We can actually go here and see. So he created a class perform jump, which is inherited by command. So he created an override function of void execute because it is okay. In C Sharp, we use abstract rather than virtual functions, but in C++ we use virtuals. public void override execute. Okay. Anim dot set trigger is jumping. It's pretty useful. Recurring source center movement. Display FPS on Unity. This page is pretty good medium. Okay, guys, I think this is it for today. I mean, I want to do more, but I was actually working with my friend very long, so I think I'll do it tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for your time. I hope you liked the stream. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.